Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, the 17th of June. It is a little bit after 11. I've been up for about an hour. Um, yes, it's taken me this long to start my first batch of laundry, get coffees for me and Jerry, just get the day started, and then coming in here trying to view my YouTube and see what's going on weather-wise and globally, and the different quick looks at various news clips. Nothing really caught my eye or was like, ooh, I haven't read this one yet. What does this one say? I'm starting to feel a little bit better. When I first woke up, my back and my knees were hurting. My knees were still a little crampy and achy. Jerry's not feeling so good. She did not have a good night last night because broken sleep. Basically, it's her what she said was broken sleep. That was her problem. Mine was just every day waking up aches and pains because of the old bed that hopefully will be getting replaced soon. I did start one video, but I started getting a little too gloomy, too little doomsday-ish. I don't know if that's because maybe some sort of weird dream I had last night that I don't remember off the top of my head, or what the deal is. But Jerry and I yesterday spent the whole day basically relaxing. We didn't do nothing. I mean, absolutely. I thought I was going to start the laundry yesterday, but I was just like, no. I want to have a full day of just sitting back, relaxing, enjoying time with Jerry and watching TV or movies. We watched 2 movies yesterday. One of them was called Infinite with Mark Wahlberg, which I don't see it no more, but maybe some other people used to see that. I literally had a couple people in New York go, is your last name Wahlberg? You look like Wahlberg. You look like Mark Wahlberg. Blah, blah, blah. And I went, who's Mark Wahlberg? And then, of course, I started watching movies, and I was like, Mark Wahlberg in, I can't remember the name of the movie that we watched, me and Jerry was like, you know what, they're right. You do look like Mark Wahlberg. And I'm like, okay. But that's beside the point. But anyhow, Mark Wahlberg was in the movie Infinite, and it was a really, really good movie. A good action movie. And then later on that evening after dinner and whatnot, we watched a movie with Russell Crowe called Greenland. A disaster movie. They always catch my attention. And the movie was based on an asteroid, basically a Earth killer asteroid, heading towards the planet and rushing to get to an underground facility in Greenland. Very good movie, but it made me go, NASA is always tracking various types of asteroids or cosmic rocks, basically is what I'm going to call them, asteroids, meteors, however you want to call them. And they do know of a number of different asteroids that are big enough that could basically end all life on Earth. And it made me go, And of course, there's no news or no information from NASA about anything of that accord heading in our general direction for at least who knows how many years. They can slow down, they can divert course, they can speed up. It's just one of those many things that NASA goes, okay, we got to keep an eye on this because computer simulations say trajectory God, I can't talk this morning. Shows that they could skim past the planet. We've had a number of meteors skim past the planet without breaking the atmosphere or breaking up in the atmosphere before anything was worrisome. But it had me thinking and remembering different things I read from Mary Summer Rain and a few other books. And Mary Summer Rain, especially because it's Native American, talks about the phoenix. And well, the phoenix could be a metaphor for a giant asteroid, space rock, or whatnot breaking through the atmosphere and hitting the planet. Just like if you read the Bible talks about, I don't remember exact wording, so forgive me, but I know in Revelations, which I used to be very intrigued about, because in fact, when I was really intrigued about it, I was kind of on a black area of my life, but I don't remember if the Bible states exactly what finally occurs to bring about the end of the world, where, did it say 75% of the world, 75% of all living things? I don't remember numbers either, so forgive me, but I can't remember if the Bible says it was the finger of God or what, but when you read certain texts like the Bible and other various end of the world calamity type religious texts, or Native American mythology, or even Norse mythology, because they talk about in Norse mythology, they talk about Serta, who's a fire giant, basically ripping Asgard in half with a giant sword, a giant flaming sword. I'm trying to think of what other religious group or religious information I've read. I think the Islamic people, in their text, it's a flaming sword that strikes the planet or something like that. But you think of something like that that's powerful enough to wipe out all life on the planet without being able to be stopped. And you think of, football field size asteroid, or asteroid as big as a football stadium or sports arena or something like that, and you go, yeah. But if you're curious about what I'm talking about, the movie, you can look up, if you have, I looked it up on my Amazon Fire Stick, and I think it's on HBO Max. It's called Greenland, and so is Infinite. I think Infinite, both of them are on Max. But they were good movies, so if you're interested, go ahead and go watch them. But anyhow, today I'm planning on reading some more of the American Cozy, and today I'm going to start in the dining room. She talks about how to cozify. I think that's the word she used, or did I just make that up? To basically hugify the kitchen. Or not the kitchen, the dining room. I'm sorry. Kitchen is a different video. And she goes to say, while some apartments and smaller homes have dining room areas attached to their kitchen, most American homes have a separate dining room that is located just off the kitchen. Some families use their dining room daily. Others eat in the kitchen counter most days and use the dining room table for holidays, dinner parties, and other special occasions. Whichever of these best describes your situation, the dining room holds a special place in a home. Here are some of the easy ways to give it the respect it deserves. This house, when it was originally built, this room that I'm sitting in used to be one big room. The wall that's off to my left, where my buffet sits, is a fake wall. It's a last-minute, non-permanent wall. It's not part of the structural integrity of the house. Why they put the other wall is, the only thing I can think of is because when the original house was built, they had the kitchen, eat-in area, this big room, and 2 bedrooms with 1 bath. and they needed a third bedroom, so they put this wall up to create a third bedroom, even though that room on the other side of this wall has no windows, no closet. It just has a doorway. The closet is basically a armoire and whatnot. So yeah, one day, maybe in the future, if me and Jerry have a couple of different dreams for this house. One dream is to basically change it up, move to the other side of the house after Mom passes or moves to Arizona or whatever. I was thinking we can knock this wall out, make this just one big gigantic like kitchen, or not kitchen, dining room type area. We'll have our bedroom and her craft room down there. I might have to sacrifice an office unless we can find a way to make the craft room a shareable room, or just put my desk and my office stuff in our bedroom, because Mom's bedroom down at the other end of the house is humongous. It's probably about twice the size of this room. But that's if we do a bed and breakfast. Now the other dream is, and I have like multiple dreams that I'm looking at, because depending on certain things, depending on what we do. But this house does not have a formal dining room like we thought we were going to try to do in here at first when we moved in here, but realized our furniture is too big for a formal dining room in this room at this point in time. So it's kind of like one of those, what are we going to do type situations. But we have the kitchen eating area type situation out in the main part of the house. Anyhow, I just left you guys open for questions, because I have multiple dreams. But anyhow, the first one she puts on here is use your dining room regularly. Kitchen counters are convenient, but there is something about sitting down at a dining room table that says special meal. This goes for solo meals or group dining. Eating at your dining room creates an air of reverence and celebration. Excuse me. Itchy nose. Second one. Do not use your dining room table as a station for mail, backpacks, craft supplies, or other items. The dining room will feel coziest and most comfortable if the table is left clean and clear of items. If you'd like, drape a tablecloth over the table and place a centerpiece on it. I'm trying to think real quick. When my father-in-law passed and it was just me and Jerry living in the downstairs part of the house that he owned, because it was a legal two-family house, we did have a centerpiece on the table that we considered our dining room table, because the way the house was designed, or at least the way that my father-in-law redesigned it by adding a half wall in between the kitchen and the dining room, it was originally meant to be an open concept house, but he added some cabinetry and a faux wall to try to break it up, because the entry point into his house, and I still call it his house, as soon as you walked in, according to what they told me originally, was everything was open. The kitchen, the eating area, and the living room area. So what he did was he added a wall with a bank of cubbies, not open door cabinets, just open cabinets, and two full walls, one at the entry point to separate the living room from the doorway, and then one between the kitchen and the eating area to separate the two. So he did a few things to make it a little more separate, instead of open air concept. But we used to put a centerpiece on that table, unless it was close to the holidays. And the holidays we took the centerpiece off. just because the table would have been overloaded with food. Um, but yeah, my aunt, I had a couple of different aunts who had formal dining rooms, and those formal dining rooms was it had a centerpiece for the most part until the holidays came around, especially my Aunt Sue's house, original house. Back in the 70s and 80s, while we were in Arkansas and Germany, my aunt and uncle, who ended up getting a divorce while we were in Germany, had a nice ranch-style house in a suburb of St. Louis. I think the suburb was called Spanish Lake, but I don't remember. So it was a long time ago. I just remember bits and pieces of the house. Their basement was kind of scary, cold and cooler than the rest of the house, and that was where they didn't have walls down there, but they had an area that they created walls using shelving units with a queen size bed for guests. And I remember I would sleep upstairs in my cousin Joel's room on the floor while my mom and dad were downstairs. And a lot of times, if I wanted to get away from everybody because it's too noisy and whatnot, even as a kid, I'd go down there and take a nap. Anyhow, number 3, do not use your dining room as a storage closet. When I was growing up, I loved my Danish grandparents' dining room. It was light, clean, and uncluttered, and was used for every meal. My American grandparents' dining room, however, was another story. Not only did it contain a large table, but lining the walls were a piano, an office desk, a china cabinet, and extra dishes and chairs that did not fit in any other room of the house. The room felt so cramped that... Sorry, I have to remove my bookmark. So cramped, it was rarely used. Everyone preferred to eat in the bright kitchen area. I understand where she's coming from when it comes to that, because, like I said, this room was originally going to be a dining room, but between the buffet, the H cabinet, a bar cart, this big old table, and a bunch of chairs around it, and a little table in the corner, it was too cramped to be used for anything other than just, don't want to put it in the guest room, let's just drop it off in the dining room. That's how it was for a while. And then Jayanne and I came up with a bright idea of turning what was supposed to be the dining room into my personal space, and we're slowly making changes and whatnot. So I understand what she means by it was so cramped that it could not be used. Next one down is, there should be ample space to walk around the table. Walk around the dining room table when the chairs are occupied. If there is not, purchase a smaller table. You need to be able to move around your dining room, even if that means choosing a small 4-person table and chairs. Yeah, we could have done that. Problem is, it still wouldn't have been enough space for all the people who came, especially for Jayanne's birthday. We had Janie, Alicia, Sharon, Lisa, Jerry, and myself. 6 people. And even with the table that we have out in the kitchen area, it was still a little cramped. So, yeah, I understand what she means. The reason why I didn't want to get a smaller table for in here is we would not have a place to put this table, and this table has been in the family for, what did someone say, at least 100, the table is at least 100 plus years old, 100, maybe 125 years old. So, no, I don't plan on getting rid of this table unless unless one of my dreams comes to fruition, and we might not have room for this table in here if we change this into a formal type dining room. Next one down. If there is not enough room for a sideboard and a china cabinet, two common pieces of dining room furniture: mount high shelves and shallow cabinets for your dinnerware and whatever other items you want to keep in the dining room. I've seen a lot of dining rooms with attached cupboards and shelves in the dining areas, just to, like, the cabinetry itself would be for your dishes and your dishware, your maybe even your linens for the table, while the shelves had decorative plates or china dolls, or something that was friendly, inviting, and not cluttering. There should never be a computer, TV, game console, or any other screen, in other words, digital device with a display. Yeah, you know what that means, in the dining room. Of course not. You know why? The dining room is meant for a place to be a gathering point to enjoy food and sit back and enjoy conversations and stories of the past or things of that nature, without the distraction of a computer or a digital device. The reason why I say digital devices is because they do have these new fancy dancy, high costing, they're almost holographic, because what they actually do is you can mount them from the ceiling and it projects an image on the wall. Especially if you have like white wall. If you have white walls, it projects perfectly on a white wall. So I've been told. I don't know. I've only seen them in commercials and displays. Never really had one. Don't think I do. Those devices are actually great for home theaters. Let's see here. The last one she has on here for dining rooms is: if you do not use your dining room frequently, you may not see the need to vacuum, dust, and clean in there regularly. Dust and dirt build up whether you use a room or not. Clean your dining room when you clean the rest of your house. So basically, just because you don't use your dining room on a regular basis, because a lot of people only use it for special occasions, go in there the day that you decide that you want to do a deep clean on your house, and dust and vacuum and whatever. If you have hardwood floors instead of carpeting, sweep. I think my mailman just went through. Just take care of it. Just because you don't use it doesn't mean it's going to get dusty or dirty. I want to look at something real quick. That was not my regular mailman. Oh, that was UPS. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and read this next one. This next one is on bathrooms. And yes, as y'all know, I did a video not too long ago because I cleaned up my bathroom, because I was just getting tired of the fact that, well, one, it needed to be done, and two, I felt sorry for Jerry because it's usually her domain, but the way she's been feeling, I figured I'd just take it upon myself to do it. In fact, because of the way Jerry is feeling today, if Jerry does not feel like doing much today, I'll probably be running around trying to at least clean up as much as I can. Love the way she starts. The bathroom. Another one of the untidiest rooms in the house. If you've ever shared a bathroom with a teenager or with a cosmetic hoarder, you know how cluttered and unclean this room can be. Fortunately, there are things you can do to make this room cozy and comfortable. I'm sorry, I have to stop there for a second because it's like I've been in bathrooms of all kinds, between the bathrooms of Europe, bathrooms of my house, the bathroom of my family's house, the bathrooms of my in-laws' house. And I will tell you, there are some people, Euros especially, certain members of my family, um, who can keep a bathroom so clean and so neat and tidy and uncluttered that you walk in there and go, am I in a display house, or can I actually use this restroom without making it nasty, dirty, unkept type situation? Even when my cousins were growing up and I'd go visit them, the bathroom the two of them shared, Janet, I'm talking about both sets, Janet and Joel and Michelle and Philip. Now, as teenagers, the bathroom that Michelle and Philip used, that was the upstairs bathroom. It was used by all four family members because there was no master suite in my aunt and uncle's house in Ohio. It was an old colonial Civil War house that was actually part of the Underground Railroad, because they found tunnels from underneath the house, from the basement to like a mile away into the woods, and a secret passageway from the upstairs bathroom to the downstairs bathroom. My aunt and uncle, actually, every one of them, all four of them, was like, yeah. So it wasn't like a story to get me all excited about the house. But even with four people using the same bathroom, it was fairly clean, fairly tidy. The downstairs bathroom was uber clean. I mean, uber clean. There was only 2 bathrooms in the house, the main floor and the upstairs, and they were full baths. So I was impressed. But seeing my in-laws, especially with even with 2 boys, but my one sister-in-law had 3 teenage boys, and let's just say it could use a Euro fixer-upper. But anyhow, yeah, let's just continue on. Not trying to badmouth anybody. I'm just saying, everybody has their own issues, problems, whatever. It says here, that's the wrong one. I was about to reread the dining room. The first one in bathroom, it says, make sure your bathroom has enough light. Change the bulbs and install ceiling and wall-mounted lights if needed. A dark bathroom not only feels claustrophobic, it encourages mold and fungus to grow. Yeah, I've seen that. I've personally seen that, where the room was lit up enough and you can see, mold and fungus. The worst I ever saw was the factor that when we started turning up my house, because the upstairs bathroom leaked in my father-in-law's house, there was black mold in there, and I'm like, I am surprised nobody was deadly sick in there. Let's see here. Get rid of gray and gray-like colors. This means no taupe. What the? I can't. Okay. No taupe, no lavender, no maroon or wine. Deep blue or black or gray of any shade. Bathrooms should feature bright, clean. Wait a minute. Bathrooms should feature bright, clear, light creating colors. Opt for warm whites and beiges with accents of welcoming green, yellow, pink, turquoise, pale orange, coral, or another cozy color. So basically no dark colors, nothing that basically will absorb light. You want light reflecting colors. The only color in here that I probably would not use I don't really like white for all my walls, but that's a Euro style. Beige maybe. Coral, turquoise, light green, maybe. But right now my bathroom, I can't remember what color my bathroom is because I don't know why they painted so many walls in this house gray, or slate. Now my wife thinks this is a good color because it's a natural color, but not for creating a bright house or brightness in a home. Check the air quality. Some bathrooms are interior rooms with no vents or windows. Hang a ceiling fan or wall-mounted fan to keep air moving. So basically the idea is to keep air circulating. Well, there's a lot of different reasons for that. One, you don't want your guests coming into a bathroom that is stale or dank or has too much humidity from somebody who just took a shower, or just the smells of a bathroom. And I'm not going to go into details because some people have aversions to the smell of poo. Anyhow, keep your toilet, bathroom counter, shower curtain, tub, sink, and tiles clean. A quick wipe down each morning takes minutes and will deliver a welcoming, clean space that does not embarrass you. Yeah. For the most part, we've been trying to keep our bathroom clean. Every so often we find stuff that should go in the bathroom, and we do have to go. We did get into the bathroom not too long ago to purge a lot of extra linens or stuff that was underneath one particular cabinet, because that's where like all our extra soap and shampoo and ointments and creams and whatnot are. The one area that I still need to get to is underneath the sink, because underneath the sink is where we store toilet paper and feminine products. Well, most of you are women, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, morning, noon, whatever time. What I try to keep in practice is anytime I go to use the sink, whether it's to trim hair, shave parts that I still shave, comb my hair, you get hair in the sink from the comb or the shaving or anything like that. So what I try to do is, once I'm done shaving, brushing what few teeth I have left, or using my sink area, try to wipe it down. Get rid of all the hair, get rid of the extra water droplets, things that can basically either leave a residue on the sink or just be unsightly. That part might be more towards the guys, because the guys seem to leave more hair than women. Most of the women's hair, my wife's hair, most of her hair, it gets caught up in her brush or comb. It's me and my under beard, throat shaving, and trimming of the hair and all that fun stuff. Which I gotta do soon. I'll probably do it later tonight. Next one is, how does your bathroom smell? Does your bathroom smell like mold or other stinky things? If so, getting a fan and using more light to prevent the growth of odor-creating mold and fungus, both of which prefer darkness, will help. But also add a few candles or an aromatherapy infuser. These are safer for your lungs and the environment than relying on random blasts of aerosol room fragrances. She's right. I have what's supposed to be a coffee cup warmer in one corner of my countertop with a like a small candle on it. The coffee cup warmer will basically warm up the candle, melting the candle and releasing the fragrance. I also have what we call a wallflower. Basically, you can buy them at Bed Bath & Beyond. They're plug-ins that come with little things of oil or aromatherapy type oils that you put into the wallflower, and it slowly releases fragrance. I have to change them out every 2 weeks to a month, depending on how much is getting used up at a time. But the thing I like about the wallflower is the fact that you can literally look at the little bottle and go, okay, it's getting close to time to replace it. Granted, we don't have a nearby Bed Bath & Beyond, so we have to either order it or go up to Washington or to Springfield to go to a Bed Bath & Beyond. Next one is check for mildew. Mold and mildew in the grout, shower door, or curtain or tub looks and smells bad. Regularly cleaning away mildew. If an item is so infused with the stuff that you cannot get it clean, replace it with a new one. Now, sometimes it's hard to replace the grout or molding of a bathroom. I've learned that if you use a Clorox cleaner or the Comet scrub with a little bit of water on the grout, you can get just about 99.9% of the mildew up and away. And because the factor of especially the Comet spray is infused with bleach plus the cleaner and whatnot, it really kills and gets rid of the mold and mildew. The last one is choose decorations wisely. The bathroom is a humid place, not great for photos and paintings. Opt for low light plants or mirrors, and skip the baskets of shells and rocks that many people sit on the toilet tank, on the back end of the toilet. They clutter the room, making it look even smaller than it is. Then it may already be. Sorry. Pretty towels and bath mats are an easy, practical way to decorate a bathroom. Yeah, my bathroom, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because it's not as bad as it was. Now that I started this whole Higgy downsizing, trying to make things look more uncluttered, my bathroom does not look as cluttered as it once did. I know a lot of stuff that's still on the counter, especially, it has its purpose. Unfortunately, I need to downsize, try to get Jared to downsize more, which is not always easy. I mean, I love my wife. I understand her rhyme or reason, but still at the same time, I try to look at it not from my perspective, but not from her perspective, but from the perspective of a guest. So far, we haven't had anybody go, "Oh, it looks so cluttered in there." Most people are like, "Oh, it looks pretty in there." Okay, that's great. But I try to look at it from the perspective of someone who doesn't know us, because most of the people who've been in there to look at it know us. My mom has a couple of people every so often that visit us, and they use our guest room and our guest room bathroom. Well, our bathroom. There's no guest room bathroom. And they don't really say anything, but I can tell just by how they react and whatnot when I ask them, is everything okay? Is everything clean? Is everything neat and to your liking? Not that I'm trying to appease them alone, but I want to make it feel comfortable and cozy so they're willing to come back. The one particular couple had come to visit us right before they went to buy an RV. They were coming down here to pick up an RV that they bought through Facebook. I think it was Facebook Marketplace or something like that. I never got to see the RV itself except for pictures. It looked like a nice little RV. But they were sleeping on a queen-size bed in a very cramped, somewhat cluttered guest room. Now, I don't know if they're ever going to come back because they got the RV. I know they're supposed to be coming to visit sometime around the 21st to see a family member. And since they got the RV, I don't think they'll be staying with us. But at the same time, I hope they at least come by to visit, maybe have a meal with us. Actually, right now I don't know if I want that because the eating area is a little cramped and cluttered because of furniture we're moving around. But no, there's practical tips in here how to keep your bathroom clean and whatnot. The recipes that are in this book for making homemade cleaners, the one that she has in there is a type of scrub, and according to the information, it's basically the chemicals and whatnot. They're non harmful harsh chemicals, but they are hardy, hardcore cleaning natural chemicals. I tell you what, sometimes those natural elements that are used for making homemade cleaners and whatnot are a whole lot more effective than a lot of the store bought stuff. Anyhow, oh shoot, I've been in here a little too long. I didn't want to be in here this long. Um, yeah, but anyhow, the practical information about if you have a dining room or even if you don't have a dining room. Let's say you have a situation like me where I have an eat-in kitchen where I've got my kitchen area, then I've got my seating area with a table and whatnot to eat. Now the downside is the factor that my wife could look past me into the living room to watch TV. I usually try to have that TV off during mealtime because I don't want it to become a distraction from just having family time, eating together, and maybe talking about grocery lists or projects or travel plans or events or whatever subjects come up. I'm not really one to sit and have a silent meal. I like to have like conversations or whatnot. I know sometimes people say it's not good to have a conversation during mealtime because somebody could choke while trying to talk. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm trying to create an enjoyable environment, a comfortable, clean, uncluttered environment, and we are working on it slowly but surely. I mean, there's days like today where it's like wake up and you're like, I don't know what all I'm going to be able to do today because I'm sore and tired and whatnot. And then there are other times where it's like, let's get coffee, something to eat, and go to town type situation. So each day is different. Each day we're waking up, we're judging how we feel, and sometimes it's like right now I don't feel like doing nothing because I'm too sore and too tired. Let's see what we feel like later on in the afternoon. No big deal. I don't mind working on projects around the house until 10, 11 o'clock at night, because then I can go to bed feeling accomplished. And sometimes the later I work, even though I might not get my personal time or my game time or whatever you want to call it, to do what I want to do before going to bed. But sometimes working hard and getting a lot of things done, when you finally lay down to go to bed, you're just like out cold. Other times your brain is going, oh, we still gotta do this and this, and we gotta move this and we gotta move that. How are we gonna get this? And I'm like, nope, 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 nope. That's gonna keep me. Like last night, I went to bed about a little bit after 12 midnight, and I laid in bed for almost an hour and a half, going, oh man, I know we were taking the day off to rest, but we could have done this, or I could have done that, or I could have finished this, or I could have at least started that, or that kind of thing. And I'm just like, no, Jim, it's time to go to bed. No thinking about work. No thinking about what we're gonna do tomorrow. Just go to bed. But, my flag moving in the wind. I thought I saw something on my porch like, dude, there's a package there. You better be leaving it alone. Yeah, distractions. But anyhow, this video is longer than the last one, and I'm sorry. I've been trying to keep them at least half an hour, but today I just wanted to go when it comes to this stuff. Now, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments about this video, go ahead and put it in the question comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as I can, or if I don't have words to use, I'll at least let you know I looked at it in one way or shape or form. If you're new to my channel and you like listening to ideas for decluttering and codifying, that is my word, codifying your home, because of the materials I'm reading, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you are undecided just from this one video, go to some of my past videos from the last couple days and listen to those, and maybe you'll make your decision then. But just when you make a decision, if you choose to join, hit the subscribe button. A little bell will pop up, and once you click on that bell, YouTube will let you know when I put in my next video. Until next time, have a good day. Bye.